I never imagined a couple of crumpled dollar bills could flip my life upside down. That's what it cost me to snag an old wooden cabin at a county tax sale in Pine Ridge Hollow, a forgotten corner of rural Oregon. $2 for a rundown shack everyone else dismissed as junk. The roof was caving in, the walls buckling, and the vines choking the front steps. I signed the deed on a whim and let it sit there, gathering dust. For months, I ignored it. Then the wildfire hit. It started with a dry lightning storm in the hills, exploding into an inferno that torched thousands of acres. Luxury homes in the nearby Valley's mansions with infinity pools and gourmet kitchens went up in smoke. But somehow my beat-up cabin survived unscathed. Overnight, it became the only standing property in a hot new redevelopment zone. Real estate sharks circled with million-dollar offers. Zillow pegged it at $10 million, and I figured I'd hit the lottery. That's when the trouble started. One afternoon, while I was nailing down loose boards, a woman strutted up my dirt driveway. Wide-brimmed hat, crisp blouse, sunglasses perched like armor, clipboard clutched like a weapon. Her name was Susan Hargrove, the HOA president of Willow Creek Estates. She had that smug vibe, like she'd never lost an argument in her book club. "You can't make repairs without board approval," she snapped, eyeing my hammer like it was illegal. I laughed. "Lady, I bought this dump for $2 at auction. It's not in any HOA." Her smile was pure condescension. "Actually, it's been incorporated into our boundaries since last spring. You're under our rules now." I froze. Pine Ridge Hollow was off the grid, unincorporated land the county barely noticed until the fire. I'd checked the records, no HOA claim. But here she was, acting like queen of the hill. "This cabin's been here since the 1940s, I shot back. "If some neighborhood busybody tried to rope me in, I'd know." She just smirked. "You'll get the notices," she said, spinning on her heel and marching off. Sure enough, the papers started piling up. First one stapled to my door: "Unauthorized repairs, fine $2,500. The roof shade is non-compliant. Parking violation for my rusty pickup. Yard maintenance failure in a scorched wasteland, no less." By week's end, I had a stack of bogus citations, each more ridiculous than the last. It wasn't about rules. It was harassment, a slow grind to break me. Fuming, I dug in. I'd set up trail cams after the fire to watch for vandals. Jackpot, they caught Susan and two goons sneaking around at 2 a.m., flashlight beams probing my windows, one guy rattling the shed lock. I backed up the footage triple times. Next, I hit the county office. The clerk pulled maps. Willow Creek's expansion filing was late by weeks, and signatures were backdated. "This reeks of fraud," he muttered. Armed with proof, I called my cousin Emily, a city code enforcer from the next county over. She drove up, badge shining, and dove into the docks. "Felony territory," she said. "And get this, Pine Ridge is a heritage preservation overlay from the 90s. Their grab is flat out illegal." The showdown came fast. Susan rolled up in her shiny SUV with a slick lawyer, Thomas Reed, briefcase in tow. "Under our charter, this land's auto-enrolled unless contested," he droned. I cut him off. "Contested? You faked maps, trespassed at night. That's not enrollment, that's theft." Susan's face tightened. Fines escalated. $5,000 here, $7,500 there. They even demanded my deed for review, claiming it was invalid. Emily filed reports, zoning proofs attached. The sheriff opened an investigation. But Susan doubled down. A glaring orange sign appeared in my yard. "Property under HOA, review all work halted." She parked at my driveway's end, snapping photos like a stalker. It boiled my blood-pure intimidation. We stormed the county recorder's office, pulling every Willow Creek filing. More fakes. Expansions based on a rejected charter clause from '98. Then Arthur Benson showed up, the HOA's founder, an old-timer with a weathered briefcase. "We axed that expansion bit years ago," he said, handing over annotated originals. "They're running a scam on a dead draft. The plot thickened when Emily spotted survey stakes from Cascade Resource Group. "Subsurface scouts," she said. "They're after minerals under your land, natural gas, maybe rare earths." It clicked. The HOA was a front for corporate grabs, faking claims to snatch drilling rights. The town hall meeting was electric. Packed house, reporters everywhere. Emily blasted the evidence, forged maps on the projector, night footage of Susan's crew lurking. Gasps erupted. Arthur testified. "This ain't what I built, it was for keeping lawns tidy, not land heists." Susan stood, voice shrill. "Smear tactics. We're protecting values." But the council froze their ops, accounts iced. Audits followed, uncovering $350,000 embezzled ghost vendors, padded bills. Residents spilled. Bogus fines for invisible violations like a grandma dinged for excessive bird feeders. Prosecutor Laura Mendoza took charge. Racketeering, fraud, conspiracy. Arrests hit like thunder. Susan in cuffs at dawn, pearls dangling. Thomas scrambling. Bored cronies shredding papers mid-raid. Intimidation peaked shadowy SUVs idling. Tire ruts near my shed. But we held firm. A cryptic note on my truck. Check the old pump house. Inside, a lockbox with Cascade docs. Blueprints, routing pipelines through my plot. Audio of Susan plotting. Bury him in violations till he caves, then drill. Feds swooped in, the Environmental Crimes Unit. Raids on Cascade's HQ. Memos proving payoffs to Willow Creek for fake jurisdiction. Charges piled. Federal fraud, mineral theft. Susan's trial was a spectacle. I testified. $2 bought a shack, but greed turned it into war. They forgot truth outlasts lies. The judge slammed down. Susan got 10 years, full restitution. HOA dissolved forever. New laws passed. Expansions need owner votes, state oversight. I rebuilt the cabin, new roof, flower beds on the ridge. No more threats, just peace. But one loose end. The pump house box exposed a web tying local Pauls to Cascade. More arrests followed, cleaning house for good. In the end, that $2 joke became a stand against bullies in suits. The cabin stands tall, a reminder, fight back, and empires crumble. What do you think? Drop a comment below. Did the HOA go too far, or was it just business? Share your take on these power plays, and if you've battled something similar. Let's hear your side.